Hello, awesome. It's good to see you. If you are watching, that means you are a brain builder and you're looking for something to do to help you grow your brain, make it smarter, help you grow as a reader, as a writer, as a learner. So I'm super proud of you just for being here. And I have an idea today. This is something anyone can do in their house. What you're going to need is some sticky notes if you have them. If you don't have sticky notes, then you'll just need some pieces of paper and some kind of tape. Painter's tape works great because it doesn't really leave a sticky mark, but regular tape works pretty well too. You just have to ask your grown-up, make sure that's okay before you stick it on something. And you'll need something to write with. Today I'm going to show you how to label things in your house. So if you remember, a label is a word that you can put on something to give the person looking at it some more information. If I were going to label this marker, I would write marker on the marker. When we labeled things at school, we would look at a picture and maybe label parts of a plant or parts of a scarecrow. Do you remember when we did that? So today you'll get to label your house. In our classroom, we had labels everywhere. I labeled the sink, I labeled the tables, I labeled chairs, and you would find the word for what that thing is right on it. You can do that at home too. Let me show you how. So one way is you could ask a grown-up, how do you spell? And then ask them how to spell what you'd like to label. You could write the label and then stick it on. That might take a while, and that's a great practice for writing. So that's one way you can do it. That would be an awesome thing. Another way is have your grown-up write some labels for things in the room where you are, and then you get to work with your grown-up to try and figure out which label goes on which item. So you would use your reading strategies, start looking at the word by making the first sound, and then using some other things you know, like the chunks that we know, like digraphs, or a silent E that makes the vowel say its name. So use what you know to try and figure out what you should put where. Looking at the very first one here, let's see if we can figure it out. Starts with an S. O says ah, but what do we notice at the end? The silent E, and that makes the O say oh, doesn't it? So let's figure it out. Stove. Stove. So I'm going to put this one on the stove and label the stove. You might have a grown-up ask you to find a certain word. Instead of you trying to read it, maybe you could find a word. If I asked you to find the word chair, out of all my labels, which one is chair? Let's see if we can figure it out. The beginning sound in ch, chair is ch. This has a C, k. No, T, t. Chair does not start that way. D, d. That's not chair. What sound do we hear? Ch. So we need two letters to make that sound. Do you remember what they are? C-H. Good job. Air 5. So I spy here C-H. Ch. And then think of the sound at the end. Chair. So it's going to end with an R. Does this word end with an R? Yes. So it would make sense that this label is chair. I would stick it on the chair. There you go. So you could either write the labels yourself, or you could have a grown-up write the labels and you find which label goes on which item in your house. You might want to do a lot of them in one day. That would be fun. Or you might do one or two today and a couple more tomorrow and keep labeling your house each day. When you see that label on that item, you're going to start to recognize the word that goes with the word you're thinking and saying. You'll see it written, and you'll be able to put all those pieces together. It will help you as a reader, as a writer, a speller, and it'll just keep growing your brain. So you might see all the labels in my kitchen. I labeled lots of things. You could label lots of things in your house too. I'm proud of you for building your brain. I miss you, and I hope you're doing well. Have a great day.